of everybody I've seen so far, is the only chance for Democrats to win in 2020. I'm telling you this. I have analyzed everybody. Oh, yeah, talk now. There's a lot of Democrats who want to be president. They think they have a chance against Donald Trump. I think they're wrong, but there's a lot of them out there. And if any of you watched my video that I did in my main channel in 2015, I predicted that Donald Trump would win the presidential primary and had a 50-50 chance of winning the election. And I pretty much nailed it, because in 2015, nobody thought Trump would win the Republican nomination, but I did. And my reason for it wasn't based on any policies that he had. I just said that America usually votes for the coolest person. It's all an image play. It's an image thing. The people who hate Trump are going to hate Trump, right? The people who love Trump are going to love Trump. So really, what you should be doing, if you're a presidential candidate, you're just really trying to target the people in the middle. And in order to do that, you need to have a certain level of charisma. And that's something a lot of politicians lack. Now, Trump doesn't lack charisma. Neither did Obama, neither did Bill Clinton, neither did George Bush, neither did Ronald Reagan. They all had charisma. Charisma wins every time. So we're going to just look at some videos of some of these Democrat candidates that are out here. See what they look like. I'm going to rank them on charisma here and see if they have a shot. I'm the kingmaker, guys. I'll tell you who can be president. If anybody can beat Donald Trump, you'll find it out here. So who should we start with? Let's see. Kamala Harris. Let's start with Kamala Harris. She is, let's see, who is Kamala Harris? She is Kamala Devi Harris, an attorney and a politician. She's a senator, a junior senator in California, 54 years old. Okay. All right. Let's look at her video and see if she has what it takes here.
You're an American woman, but you're also Indian American. And I'm just curious.
Indeed.
What's the best, how do you describe yourself?
Did you read my book? How do I describe myself? I describe myself as a proud American. That's how I describe myself.
Ooh, all right. She's not winning. That's how good I am. That is how good I am. Just watching this video, because I told you, I read body language. She seems very uncomfortable when hit with questions. She had the nervous laugh, and the nervous laugh didn't come off looking really well. Let's look at the laugh again. Let me analyze her laugh.
What's the best, how do you describe yourself?
Did you read my book?
That's a laugh that will not play well in this election season. She's got to, I don't know, it's her laugh, she got to live with it, but who does that laugh remind you of?
People are sick and tired of hearing about your damn emails.
Thank you. Me too. Me too.
You know? You know? You know?
All right, that's enough. I mean, we joke Hillary, we love Hillary, but the laugh, though. I mean, the laugh. And Kamala, her laugh is Hillary-esque.
What's the best, how do you describe yourself?
Did you read my book?
No, she's not going to win. Sorry, Kamala. Next, let's see here. We have Kirsten Gillenbrand. Who is Kirsten Gillenbrand here? An American attorney, another politician serving as a junior senator for New York. All right, she's in Trump's neighborhood there. How old is she? 52 years old, UCLA Law, Dartmouth College. There you go. Let's look at some of her videos, see how she plays out in the media.
I'm going to run for president of the United States because as a young mom, I will fight for your children as hard as I would fight for my own. And that's why I believe that health care should be a right and not a privilege. I believe we should have better public schools because it shouldn't matter what block you grow up on. I believe we need to start rewarding work in this country again because anybody who wants to work hard should be able to get whatever training they need to earn their way into the middle class.
All right. Quick analysis here. She's not going to win. Now, she'll be one of those candidates that nobody really notices. She'll be saying some really good things, but nobody will really notice. I think that's what we'll see with Kirsten Gillenbrand. She'll be somebody that will have some really good things to say, but people won't pay attention. So who else we got? Julian Castro, an American politician, 16th United States Secretary of Housing and Urban Development under Obama from 2014-2017, the youngest member of the Obama cabinet. All right. He's currently 44 years old. I think Obama was around 44 when he ran for president. Good-looking guy. He wins on that. You know, usually that helps. Optics, always a good thing. So let's see. Here he is on The View.
Secretary Julian Castro.
Okay, good. Smooth, charismatic smile. Yeah, all right. Let's see. What else?
Mr. Secretary, I'll call you that. Although I call Jimmy Carter Jimmy.
Call me Julian.
I'll call you Julian, okay. So you have said yourself that you really don't see yourself as a front runner at the moment.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not.
But why?
Why,
How do you know?
why don't I see my...
How do you know? It's
well,
so
that's
early.
a good question. You know, I think that by any conventional measure right now, I'm not the front runner. But what I said on Saturday was, because I held that announcement event in the neighborhood that I grew up in the west side of San Antonio, I said that if you look around, nobody who grew up there grew up as a front runner. That I can't think of a single time in my life where I've been a front runner. And that today in our country, there are a whole bunch of people who don't feel like front runners. And that during this campaign, I'm going to go speak to them.
Oh,
and I think,
all right. Getting warmer. Getting warmer. You see, authenticity. Now, I don't know if he's authentic. But like I said, we're now targeting those undecided, those people in the middle who are watching probably The Real Housewives of Atlanta right now and will only tune in the last 3 months before the election. Those are the people who will be moved by charisma. And this guy's got it. He's got that smoothness. You know, he's got a good story. He's good looking. He's a good talker. He comes off as authentic, not like robotic. And that goes sway. Now, what are his policies? I don't know. So, Julian Castro. He is a good one. He does have a shot. Of course, the gaping elephant in the room. There is one thing that will work against him in this election for a subgroup of the country. Can any of you guys figure out what it is? How about we let Dave Chappelle tell us?
I mean, I'd be the first black president. I don't think that nobody would really hurt me. I'm sure somebody would want to hurt me, but I don't think they touch me because my vice president will be Mexican for a little insurance. You know what I'm saying? Well, you can shoot me if you want, but you're just going to open the border up, so you might as well leave me and Vice President Santiago to our own devices. Is that right, Santiago? See. Elian can stay.
And, you know, so Dave Chappelle said it best. There is a subset of the country that will think, do we really want to elect a president of Mexican-American descent?
When Hillary Clinton says this is a racist attack, and you reject that, if you are saying he can't do his job because of his race, is that not the definition of racism?
No, I don't think so at all.
No?
No, he's proud of his heritage. I respect him for that.
But you're saying he can't do his job because of it.
Look, he's proud of his heritage, okay? I'm building a wall. Now, I think I'm going to do very well
He's a
with
legal
Hispanics.
citizen?
You know why I'm going to do well with Hispanics? Because I'm going to bring back jobs, and they're going to get jobs right now. They're going to get jobs. I think I'm going to do very well with Hispanics, but we're building a wall. He's a Mexican. We're building a wall between here and Mexico. The answer is he is giving us very unfair rulings. Rulings that people can't even believe. This case should have ended years ago on summary judgment. The best lawyers, I have spoken to so many lawyers, they said, this is not a case. This is a case that should have ended. This judge is giving us unfair rulings. Now I say why. Well, I'm building a wall, okay? And it's a wall between Mexico, not another country.
But he's not from Mexico.
In my opinion,
he's from Indiana.
He's Mexican heritage, and he's very proud of it.
So, Trump was talking about a judge from Indiana that was ruling on his case, I think for Trump University or something like that. And he kept harping on that issue that the judge that was ruling in his case was a man of Mexican-American heritage. Even though he was born in Indiana, he's a man from Indiana. Trump kept talking about his Mexican heritage. So, and of course, Trump has a lot of supporters, and there's a lot of people who support Trump who aren't going to really say anything. Julian Castro will probably run into that. As Dave Chappelle said, there's going to be that fear. So that is going to work against Julian Castro, I think. So far we've seen Gillenbrand, we've seen Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris and Gillenbrand, no chance. Julian Castro has a chance, but, you know, there's a few things working against him. Who else? Who else do we look at? How about Elizabeth Warren? She was the first person to say she was to jump in the race for 2020. What does she have to say?
Hold on a sec. I'm going to get me a beer. Hey, Glover, my husband Bruce is now in here. You want a beer?
No, I'll pass on the beer for now.
You sure? Come on, say hello with us.
Yes.
I'm going to pull this stool.
So she's doing a live stream here, an Instagram live stream. Oy. No chance. No chance at all. Too cringy, too robotic. You know who she reminds me of? Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney had some great policies. He was a great guy. Beautiful family. You know, he did have the Hollywood look, but he was too robotic, too cringy. You can't win when you're too robotic and cringy. If you want to know how robotic Mitt Romney was, check out this video of him hanging out with some black kids. This is pretty funny.
Hey, I can be up here. Come on. Who's got your camera, though? Who let the dogs out?
Did he say who let the dogs out? Who? Why did he say that? Why did he say who let the dogs out? Let's just look at that again. So he's hanging out with these black kids, and, you know, probably some campaign stop. He's like, all right, Mitt, you gotta show some diversity and show that you have some black supporters. So we've organized some of these kids here. Just do a simple photo op, and he couldn't pull that off. Let's just look at it again.
Come on. Who's got your camera, though? Who let the dogs out? Who? Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. And notice the nervous tap. Notice his hand. That shows you when somebody's really nervous and in an awkward position. Look at his hand. Look how he's tapping his hand. You see how he's tapping his hand? He's like, oh, what am I going to do next? Oop. Oop. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, no charisma. You don't stand a chance if you don't have charisma. That's one thing that I think Julian Castro has. And, of course, that's something that all the greats, Obamas, Trump, even Clinton, they all had. Let's look at some of those guys. They had charisma. And charisma allows you to answer questions in any tough situation. Like, for example, remember when Obama was giving a speech at, I think it was the State of the Union address, and he was giving a speech, and then Republicans, so Obama said he doesn't have any more campaigns to run, that he's done. It was his second term, so he said he has no more campaigns to run. And the Republicans started clapping. They started clapping like, yeah, get out of here, Obama. And just check out his response.
I have no more campaigns to run.
My only agenda, I know because I won both of them. My only agenda.
Oh, you see? That's something that only Obama would do, right? You're smooth. They threw some shade at you, and he just knocked it right back. That was smooth. And I'm going to play this again because there's a few things in here that was... You can't teach this stuff. That's, I guess, what I'm trying to say. Trump has it. Clinton has it. You can't teach it. Let me show you again. So he starts talking. So they start clapping like, hey, get out of here, Obama. And he's looking and he just smiles like, oh, okay. Okay. Let me take this in. Boom! He smiled, dropped it, and then check this out. Check out what he does here, right? He turns right this way, then he turns back, smiles, and winks. I think he winks at Michelle or winks at somebody, but that's how smooth it was. Look at it. There you go. So, charisma. If you're running for president, remember that this is a popularity contest. In the debates, they threw a vicious question at Trump in the very first debate or second debate, and just look at how coolly he answered the question.
Things people love about you is you speak your mind and you don't use a politician's filter. However, that is not without its downsides, in particular when it comes to women. You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't. Your Twitter account...
Think about that. Like, that question would have floored 99% of the people out there. Like, how do you answer that? Mitt Romney probably would have, started trying to apologize, and Trump just lobbed that bad boy back over again. You can't teach that stuff. So only the people who have a certain level of charisma are going to be able to handle, first of all, the pressure of getting all the way to the election to go against Trump, and then only somebody with real and true charisma would be able to take on Trump. And of all the people I've named so far, then none of them can do it. None of them can do it. The only person that I think has a shot, and I think it's a long shot, but it's probably the best shot, is this guy, Beto O'Rourke. Now, he has the charisma. He almost won in Texas, which is something very hard for Democrats to do. So if somebody like this can almost win in Texas, he can definitely win all the blue states, and he can definitely compete in red states. He showed it by almost winning in Texas, right? And he just plays well on TV. That's what it's all about.
Hey everyone, Amy and I are going to make some dinner and thought that we would have a chance to say hello to everyone that we haven't talked to in a couple of weeks while we do that. Amy, you want to say hi?
You see, there you go. Look at that. Hey.
So
they look like the Kennedys right there, Look at the good-looking guy, charismatic. He's cooking. He's a modern guy, right? Beto O'Rourke, of everybody I've seen so far, is the only chance for Democrats to win in 2020. I'm telling you this. I have analyzed everybody. Beto O'Rourke is the only chance. And please, 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 nobody should tell me about Joe Biden or Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders is 77 years old. That means by the 2020 election, he'll be 78. By the time he gets into office, he'll probably be 79, close to 80. What are you doing? Cory Booker, he hasn't announced yet, so I'm not going to really talk about him. I don't think he has a chance because we just had a black president last year. And I know, and I just don't see people voting for another black president that close. I mean, it's that shallow, my response. My reasons are that shallow. Is that people will be like, oh, we already did it. I'm not going to do it again. It'll probably be the next generation, maybe a Generation Z that will vote for a black president. But, not this current crop of people. I just don't see it. And I'm usually right. All right? So those are the candidates. Who do you guys think has the best chance of beating Trump? I personally think Trump will get reelected. It's hard to unseat a sitting president. Plus, it's the economy, stupid. And when the economy is doing well, you can't unseat the president. It's really hard to do. But if somebody were to unseat the president, it would have to be somebody with charisma. And the last time somebody unseated a president was when Bill Clinton beat George Bush Sr. And we all know that Bill Clinton was as cool as the other side of the pillow. Let's just look at him in action in a debate with George Bush.
I've been governor of a small state for 12 years. I'll tell you how it's affected me. Every year, Congress and the president sign laws that make us do more things and gives us less money to do it with. I see people in my state, middle-class people, their taxes have gone up in Washington and their services have gone down, while the wealthy have gotten tax cuts. I have seen what's happened in this last 4 years when, in my state, when people lose their jobs, there's a good chance.
He's talking to a lovely lady in the audience. Did he just lick his lips twice? He's trying to mesmerize her. Let me just go back there. Let's look at this again.
I've been governor of a small state for 12 years. I'll tell you how it's affected me. Every year, Congress and the president sign laws that make us do more things and gives us less money to do it with. I see people in my state, middle-class people, their taxes have gone up in Washington and their services have gone down, while the wealthy have gotten tax cuts. I have seen what's happened in this last 4 years when, in my state, when people lose their jobs, there's a good chance I'll know them by their names. When a factory closes, I know the people who ran it. When the businesses go bankrupt, I know them. And I've been out here for 13 months, meeting and meetings.
For people like you. Oh, look at her. Oh, just look at her. She's voting for Clinton. He licked his lips 4 times. People like you. Look at it again. I mean, how are you going to vote for Bush after that? I'm voting for you, Clinton. So, I mean, this was the last time somebody unseated a sitting president. Now, George Bush Sr. was popular. He was the vice president under Ronald Reagan, and Ronald Reagan was extremely popular. When Ronald Reagan won the election, the 2 times he won, he almost took every single state. I think he won every single state except 1 or 2. So he just blew everybody out of the park, right? And then George Bush was his vice president. He also won almost all the states. But then when he ran against this juggernaut, Bill Clinton, who was smooth and charismatic, he lost. Your only chance, Democrats, to beat Trump is to follow this guy, the comeback kid, Bill Clinton, and put forward somebody with charisma. Because the people who don't like Trump, they're just looking for somebody to hang on to, right? Hillary Clinton was not that person. That's why it didn't work. But if you put somebody that people can like, you have a shot. It's a slim shot, but you have a shot. And your only shot is Beto O'Rourke. My opinion, I called it. In 2020, come back here. Mark my words. I said it here. Thanks for watching.
Oh, jag talk now.